welcome back to Vlogmas Day 5. Yes, we've made it to Day 5, so exciting. Today I have my fiance here with me and he's going to tell you a little Christmas story.
So on this day, exactly 1 year ago, I proposed to my wife to be, sorry, not wife yet, still fiance, in New York City. So let me tell you guys about that story. So we were planning our trip to New York City and I thought this would be the perfect time to propose to her. Because we've been dating for like 8 years at that point.
Like 8.5.
So 8 years was like infinity if you turn it sideways, you know? Like, so you know, that's basically forever. So we went to New York and I was like, I'm gonna propose to her.
So we actually went ring shopping before the trip and I told him like, this is the style I like, so he would get me my dream ring. And I figured he would do it in New York if he was smart. I had my fingers crossed. I'm like, please, that would be like so amazing because I love Christmas. And otherwise, if he didn't, he'd do it in like a restaurant or my front lawn, which is fine. But like, if we have the chance to do it in New York, please do it in New York.
Yeah. So I definitely want to make this engagement for the both of us as special as possible. So New York City seemed like the best place to do it. And I had a vision in my mind that I was gonna do it in a certain location, but we would have to do it at a certain time of day or whatever. I also my mom helped me plan this. I didn't tell her at the time, but my mom actually paid for a horse carriage ride that happened after the engagement. But like we were planning it together, so.
And then he asked my parents for permission also, which it was very important to me.
Guys, when you propose to your future wife, like make sure you ask your parents for permission.
Very important.
You know, you
want to be respectful and
you want
involve
their
them.
blessings.
Yeah.
So I made sure I got that before. So on to New York. So we landed in New York and it was so early in the morning. It was like 5 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And I was so tired. Courtney was basically asleep the whole time. So we're in a cab, like on our way into Manhattan, and Courtney was asleep. She's been here before.
Yeah,
and,
I've been to New York before. It was his first time, so he was like looking out the window all excited. He kept trying to wake me up. I'm like, yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, I'm like, Courtney, like the Golden State Bridge, or not the Golden State Bridge, but the Brooklyn Bridge and all these like famous New York City landmarks, the Statue of Liberty and all this stuff, and she's just like, yeah. And I was like, basically, there's a scene from Home Alone where Kevin is out peeking outside the taxi window, and that was like me the whole time going through New York City. So she was asleep the whole time for that, but I still enjoyed it. So we got there. I had my ring in my jacket the whole entire time, just in case, you know. But I had my plan. I was gonna do it.
So our first day, we just
we did all the touristy stuff.
We did all the touristy stuff.
Times Square.
Yeah. Was the Rockets the first day?
The Rockets was the second day.
Yeah. So we did like a bunch of touristy stuff the first day, and then we like went back to the Airbnb we got, and we watched Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, because you know, gotta watch that around Christmas time there. And then day 2 is upon us, and this was the day he was gonna propose, and I had no idea.
This was the day that I had planned to propose to her. So we go throughout the day and we go to...
there was so much Christmas stuff. There was the bulbs,
yeah, we
the lights,
out all the Christmas stuff in New York City.
The Rockettes, we saw that day too.
Yeah.
And then at nighttime...
We actually went to the Rockefeller tree.
Oh yeah!
And just a little foreshadow.
We got in a fight. A little one.
This is where I actually wanted to propose to her before. But I was like, we can't take pictures now because I have a special thing planned for later.
So I wanted to take a picture by the tree and it was daytime. And he's like, no, let's like wait till it's dark when it's all lit up. I'm like, well, I want a picture now. And I am such a stubborn person. So I'm like, we need a picture now. So we didn't get a picture because he was just so against it. So we got into a little bit of an argument because I'm like, we're in New York, you're not letting me take a picture by the big Christmas tree. That's so mean.
Yeah, I was like, trust me, it'll be more special.
Yeah.
Okay.
Little did she know
it would be a lot more special.
Yeah.
So we went, and I was waiting until dark to finally pop the big question.
Yeah.
I had my speech running through my mind the whole day, and I was like, okay, this is what I'm gonna say.
He was off like the entire day too. Like he was like so quiet, and like when we're together, he's like always like such a chatterbox, but he was so quiet. And I was like, wow, he's really mad that I wanted to take a picture by the tree during the day because he was like so off after that point, like so quiet.
Yeah, I was the closer to the time I was getting even quieter because I was so nervous. So we toured all over like that area, and we checked out the Empire State Building.
Yeah,
we got to the top, and we did like all the tour inside, and we got to the top, and I was like, man, this would be a perfect spot to propose to her. But I held off because I had my plan, but I was like this close to doing it up there on the Empire State Building.
It was. I kept being like, it's so beautiful, it's so beautiful. Oh my god!
Yeah.
And then he told me after, yeah, he was gonna do it.
So we finally.
Oh. And before we got to the Rockefeller tree, he's like pushing me, like, come on, let's go. Let's go. We're wasting time. I'm like, why is he in such a rush to get to the tree by a certain time? I'm like, that's so weird. And then his phone died. Oh. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
His phone died, and he's like, I need to charge my phone. I'm like, we have my phone. He's like, no, I need to charge my phone. And I was like, okay. So we went and got like a cord. In whatever store, and then so we're in a Tim Hortons, he's charging his phone, and we were starving at this point, like we didn't really eat much that day, and then I'm like, let's just get a pizza, like New York pizza, it's a thing. And then he's like, no, we need to eat somewhere nice. So we're going through the streets, not one restaurant was open, and I'm like, let's just get pizza, and he's like, no, we have to eat somewhere nice tonight. It's like our second night, we haven't eaten anywhere nice. And I'm like, okay, fine. We didn't end up eating anywhere because we had to get to the tree by 9 o'clock.
Yeah, so I had a plan we were supposed to meet a photographer and in Central Park, and he would take us on a horse carriage ride, but she didn't know about this yet.
Yeah.
So I was texting the guy throughout the day for the arrangements and whatever, and she wasn't aware of this. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to keep this as much a secret as possible, and we also needed to get to the tree so I can do, I guess, the actual story. So
yeah.
So we get to the tree, and we're both starving.
Yeah.
Courtney's a little irritable.
I get hangry.
Yeah.
I get hangry. Yeah.
So we get to the tree, and I'm like so nervous. I have my speech running through my head. I had like my lines set up. I was like, I had my whole plan. I was gonna get down on one knee and say a huge speech that would make Courtney cry and make myself cry or whatever too. And we're finally next in line to take a picture at the tree. and we get up. And
so I go to the tree and I'm like putting down the bag and my back's turned and I like had to put our gloves down, like all this stuff down. And so he's behind me, like I'm turned around and he's talking to the camera guy and you're like...
Yeah, I'm arranging like our, how the engagement's gonna happen. I was like, I'm gonna propose to her right now. So can you take a few pictures to capture this moment? Yeah. And so the cameraman's like, absolutely, I'll do whatever I can to make this moment special. Yeah. So we did. I was like, okay, the first picture I'm gonna be playing it cool. That totally was not. I look stiff as a boarder.
I'm thinking about it, man.
I'm
so
like,
funny.
My eyes are wide open. I'm like,
it looks like a deer in headlights. Like it's such a bad photo.
And then I was like, okay, here's the moment, and I dropped down to one knee, and I can't even remember what I said. I was like, he's like, will you marry me?
I think that's all that came out. He's like, Courtney, will you marry me? Or something like that. To be honest, I can't fully remember because I blacked out. Like from the moment he got down, from the moment the first picture was taken, like I don't fully remember him getting down on one knee. I don't fully remember like what happened, what he was saying in his speech. I like literally blacked out, and any girl who's been proposed to, you know that can happen. Like you just black out, you just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And then so I started like I was hysterically crying. I started like bawling my eyes out. It was like in front of so many people too. And then he did, and then he just like put the ring on my finger. He didn't even wait for my response. He just like put the ring on my finger. And then everyone was like, who was watching, they were like, because it was like a line of people waiting to take a picture, they're like, is it a yes, is it a yes? And I'm like, yes. And then like, we like took more pictures where we're crying. Like that was such a bad idea. Because in all the pictures are like smiling and like tears running down our faces. It was so bad. Yeah, he cried, so that was cute. And then, so we take the pictures and he's like, oh, there's one more part, we gotta hurry. And I'm like, what? So we like go downstairs to try to get like the pictures because it takes them a while to develop.
Yeah.
And then so he's like, oh, we have somewhere to be, we have somewhere to be. And then they're like, okay, you can come back tomorrow. And the girl who was doing the pictures, she saw us, and then like I guess the picture of the proposal came up, and she's like, oh my god, you proposed!
Yeah.
It was so funny.
It was so funny too because at the Rockefeller Tree they have like a proposal package.
Oh, they do!
So like I think a lot of people have gone proposed there.
Yeah.
It was very special for us.
Yeah, it was such a nice picture too. Like it's such a nice like memory. So now New York holds a place in our heart. And then after, he was like rushing me and he's like, we gotta go, we gotta go. And so we took a cab to Central Park and I'm like, oh, he just wants to like take a little walk. Like that's cool. And then there's a horse buggy carriage ride, which I've always wanted to do. And then he had one set up and he had lilies, which are my favorite flower. Like he got the guy to get them ahead of time. So they were there waiting for me, and roses. So it was so sweet. I couldn't keep them, so I left them for the Airbnb host because we can't come back on a flight with flowers.
Guys, when you propose to your future wife, like make sure you have flowers.
Yeah, it's very important.
It's just a nice gesture.
Yeah. So yeah, we went on the horse carriage ride and we got back to the Airbnb. This is late now. This is like 11 o'clock. So we take like the tour around the whole park. We get back to our Airbnb at like 11:30 and we still haven't eaten. So I'm like, I'm so hungry. And then Liam's like, you know, I'm like, what can we order? And he's like, we couldn't find anything. He's like, let's just order Domino's. So we ended up getting pizza, but it's pizza we could have got here. It wasn't like New York pizza.
So I wanted to order the most New York pizza. There's a pizza on the Domino's thing called the New Yorker. And it was
so
I didn't read the
bad.
ingredients. They came to us and it came full of meat and full of, which I love.
I'm okay with pepperoni, but that's the only thing I like on pizza. Like if it's meat-wise, I love like pure vegetable pizza. And then it had mushrooms, which he hates. So it was the worst pizza, but like looking back on it now, it's like a pretty funny memory.
Yeah.
But it was like the nastiest pizza we've ever had.
And that was our first meal as an English couple.
Yeah, Domino's. But yeah, so that was our engagement story. I just wanted to do it today because, yeah, it was exactly a year ago today that.
1 year ago.
1 year ago. And then we're getting married in October, so it's very exciting.
Coming up, guys.
Yeah, and then on December 25th, on Christmas, it's gonna be our 9.5 years together.
9.5 years.
Yeah, so we made it through all of this.
We met in high school and we've been in love with each other ever since.
Yes, sure. We weren't in love with each other. It wasn't love at first sight. We were in love like 4 months later.
That was funny.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Maybe got some tips if you're planning on proposing. New York's a good place to do it. Stay happy, stay Christmassy, and I will see you guys tomorrow.